Hey, it's Ty Crandall with Credit Suite. And in this video, we're going to talk a little bit more about how you could set up your business bank account. This is the important need to knows to be able to get this done. So look, it's essential that a business owner separate personal and business banking. It's needed to run a successful business. And really a business bank account is one of the easiest ways to accomplish this. So a business bank account helps you do a lot of different things. You basically can easily maintain your bank records. You can prepare reports that you need for the business. You can make deposits and withdrawals. You can have credit card transactions deposited there as well. You can make wire transfers, issue checks, and so many more things you're able to do. Now, another thing you should know about business bank accounts is it used to be that lenders really look at the entity inception date and call that the date that your company started. But nowadays, there's so many fake companies out there with shelf corporations that in a lot of cases, banks are now looking at your business bank account inception date as the date that your business started. So again, that longevity really helps you. As a matter of fact, you have an internal bank credit score that the banks have too that judges your ability to be able to get money from the banking system. And that score even takes into account length of time that you've had that bank account open, which is why you want to get that opened as soon as you possibly can. Now, you're going to need to provide several things to do this. They're going to ask for your entity papers. This is usually your articles of incorporation. A lot of banks can just pull that right from your Secretary of State records. But when you set up your entity, go in there with those corporation papers. It'll save you time. Completion of their application. Their application is usually pretty simple. They're going to type it out, print it. You're just going to sign. Proof of your EIN number. This comes from a document that you'll get from the IRS when you set up that EIN number and you set that up at irs.gov. You'll get a document that you're going to take in there as well. And you're going to need your ID and an initial deposit. Usually with most business bank accounts, it's about $25 to $100 to set up your bank account. Some of them are as high as a couple $100. Now, you want to make sure you set up your bank account the right way to make it easy to get loans and credit lines in the future. Your company name must perfectly match your entity paperwork. It's very important. One of the biggest reasons people get denied for financing is that they start setting up their business and then they misspell something. The address is different. The phone number is different. Whatever's on your Secretary of State record, your business bank account should be the same. The same business name, the same business address, the same business phone number. That congruency becomes very important for you to get money in the future. So you need to make sure that all this information is congruent when you're setting up that bank account. Now, most banks are going to require you go into the bank to set up a new account. It's very difficult to set up a bank account if you're not physically there. Okay, that's money laundering, fraud. There's so many reasons for that. And then when you leave, they're going to give you a folder and it'll have all the documents that outline the terms of the bank account. It'll also likely include information on how to set up your temporary, or how to set up your online banking access. And then you'll typically get some regular checks, some temporary checks that you can use while you're waiting for your main checks to arrive. Now, the bank's probably going to have a service they recommend to get checks on your first order. They may even try to charge you $150, a couple $100. But you got to be careful because what happens with banks is they bundle together a lot of things that you don't necessarily need that they're giving you with that $150 or with that order. Okay, it's kind of like the equivalent of a startup kit. They might have a binder, a deposit bag, a company stamp, seal for endorsements, other perks. But the reality is you don't need any of this stuff. I mean, I can't tell you how much of all this stuff I have that I've never even used one time. I'm not saying you won't need it in the future, but to spend the money that they're going to charge you to buy any of this stuff, it just doesn't make sense. You got to be careful that they're not bundling all this stuff together with those checks. You also need to know you can order most of what's in that starter kit online much cheaper than getting it from them anyways. And also look out for the amount of checks that you're going to get from them. Okay, because typically they're going to hit you at a high number of what it's going to cost to get your checks. They give you like 250 checks. But if you're just starting a business, you don't need to spend all this money for hundreds of checks. Get yourself 50 checks, get yourself 100 checks. It saves and can save you hundreds of dollars on the setup of the actual bank account. So that really is the basic information you need to know to set up a bank account. You now know the items you need to take in there, things to look out for. You know to make sure that you go in there as quickly as possible to build that longevity. There's more things and more training we have on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Credit Suite on this topic as well that can help. And feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. Our email is info@creditsuite.com. Our phone number is 877-600-2487. At Credit Suite, we help you get money for your business, and we do it three ways. We improve your fundability, making you more lendable. We help you with all aspects of building business credit. That's credit that's linked to your EIN, not your social. And we help with all aspects of getting you loans and credit lines, even as a startup, to be able to get money to grow the business. So if we can help you, make sure you get in touch. And also in the meantime, go to creditsuite.com and check out the top right of our website. At the top right of our website, creditsuite.com, you can access our social media links where you can go ahead and see us live on Facebook weekly and answer questions with you in real time. We have hundreds of videos on YouTube. And again, you can even listen to our podcast as well. Our podcast, we release episodes weekly so you can listen on the go. So anything to do with getting money for your business, we cover on our social media channels. So check those out by accessing them at the top right of our website, creditsuite.com, so we can help you get money to grow your business.